February 24th, 2019. Many went to bed at the end of the weekend, preparing for some fresh snow Monday morning. Forecasts were for 2 to 4 inches at the lower elevations and 4 to 8 inches in the foothills. This snow would likely cause school delays and a snowy morning commute, but no one was ready for the sight they woke up to.
Yeah, our whole house was inside. It kind of felt like an earthquake, and obviously the sidewalk was getting torn up, but yeah, it was pretty loud.
So give it some time for him to maneuver, and then I just heard a big crash.
The snow just kept falling along a narrow band across Coos, Douglas, and Lane counties. This band was fueled by tropical moisture pushing in from the southwest and below freezing temperatures pushing in from the north.
And it dumped, about 18 inches in some areas in the valley floor, up to around 3 feet up in the upper hills and the south hills.
Thousands were buried in more than a foot of snow, many without power and some without a way to get out.
Every day the house got colder. Fortunately, it was well insulated, but all electric home, that didn't work too well.
As the heavy wet snow fell, tree limbs began to snap.
Especially at nighttime, hearing them fall, and you don't know where they're going to land. And that was the scariest part.
Many trees fell onto houses, cars, and across main roads in the area.
I was in the middle of it. I was actually using my chainsaw, trying to cut my way up to the highway, or to get up to the area that was hit the worst with the bigger trees.
Richard Foltz with the Oregon Department of Transportation says they were prepared to help other areas around the state expected to get hit harder by the snow, but found themselves the ones that needed reinforcements.
We thought we'd be in a response mode to other locations, and it just reversed itself. It's like, nope, we're the ones that need the help. And so we just started doing our job, and then those resources just started pouring in across the state as they could make them available.
ODOT closed a 32-mile stretch of Highway 58 as trees continued to fall under the weight of the snow.
Number one concern is public safety and my employee safety. So at some point, when something like this develops, you have to make a decision on is it safe for us to even be out here?
And it wasn't. Downed trees closed Oak Ridge's connection to hospitals and other emergency services, causing residents to hunker down and take care of each other.
It was the second day that we got it opened. At the end of the day, we were able to make a lifeline so emergency services could get through, people could get to the hospitals.
ODOT ran traffic with a pilot car twice a day, allowing crews to get in, mail to be delivered, and people to get into town for supplies. Crews were eventually able to open 2 lanes of traffic by Friday, 4 days after the road was closed. But Oak Ridge wasn't the only community cut off from services following the heavy snow. Many in western Douglas County were without power for more than a week.
It was unlike anything we've ever experienced in the 80 years of the cooperative.
Todd Muncie from Douglas Electric Cooperative says roads were covered with trees, even closing Highway 38 towards Drain and Elkton for nearly a week. The trees also took out more than 400 power poles, 105 miles of wire, and left all of its customers without power.
They've never, ever worked a territory as difficult as ours.
Douglas Electric Cooperative brought in as many crews as they could to help restore power. They went from around 16 line crews to 184. They worked in steep and rugged terrain to replace more than 300 poles, some of which had to be replaced by hand because they were inaccessible by bucket trucks. Crews worked hard and eventually got the last customers online 3 weeks after the first flakes fell. 9 months later, there are still remnants of cleanup. Downed trees have been stacked into piles and damaged guardrails have been replaced. Crews say if we've learned anything from February's storm, it's that taking a few steps ahead of time can make a big difference if we're hit again.
We've talked about it for a long time, emergency preparedness. I think a lot of people talk about it. Right now is a really great time to do something about it. Get your go bag ready, in the hall closet, get your water. If you don't have heat, if you don't have water, if it's all electric, how are you going to make up for that? How are you going to account for that? Now is an excellent time to be thinking about those things as winter approaches.
Officials say having a generator is a great investment and can help keep you warm when the power goes out. Also have a good supply of water and non-perishable food. Flashlights and blankets can help you stay safe and warm, and make sure to check on your neighbors and families when we do have events just like that.